Hey guys, how's it going? So, I am someone who is known to be very critical of Microsoft's recent business practices of kind of like moving all of their exclusive games to the PC. I know there's still a few of them that you can't play, like Halo 5, Halo 4, like pretty much all the Halos. But now that I am primarily a PC gamer now, which, in case you didn't know, yes, I actually am like a pretty much a I pretty much game. I wouldn't say exclusively on PC, but probably 85% of my gaming time is now on PC, and that's simply because it has a lot to do with the consoles just not aging well at this point. They're about 5 years old, over 5 years old, and I do have the original consoles. I don't have like the PlayStation Pro or the Xbox One X, but even in comparison to those higher quality consoles, the PC is still leaps beyond what consoles can offer. And that's the thing, like when that's usually what I kind of go through. Like when I start off the console generation, like when the consoles first come out, I tend to, primarily use the consoles, especially if there are good exclusives on there. But over time, when the consoles start to, I don't know if dying down is the word, because I'd say like the last couple years have definitely, at least with the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 has been in its prime with the with Spider-Man, God of War, and just the Horizon Zero Dawn, just a plethora of high quality, highly rated, critically acclaimed exclusive games, and of course having all the multiplats. So of course the consoles that's usually the consoles hit their peak 3-4 years after the release of the console, uh, and we saw that, and now we've reached a period where the consoles are starting to die down, and I usually around this period I find PC gaming much more just a much more viable platform for me. But in case you're wondering what the reason why I had such a problem with Microsoft putting their games on PC, it's not necessarily that I think, only Xbox gamers should play this game and nothing else. That really wasn't the position I was having, because I was coming from the position of someone who was an Xbox gamer who was pretty much told, hey, you can only play these games on this console. And then all of a sudden, games like, I don't think you see it over here, but they recently put Sunset Overdrive, for example. That was the big exclusive on the Xbox One. Now, you could just play it on PC now. Crackdown is another series right here that was exclusive to the Xbox, and they moved it to PC. And Sea of Thieves, well, it's not really an exclusive though because it's on the PC. So a lot of Xbox gamers, including myself, was just thinking, wow, like I could have just never have gotten the Xbox One and just have like saved up money for a PC, and I would have gotten most of the good games. Sure, you missed a few like Halo, but come next generation, there's like they're gonna put all their games on PC. They pretty much all but confirmed this. And I want to talk a little bit about the Microsoft Store because a lot of people are focusing their efforts on the Epic Game Store more than anything else, and how, oh, the Epic Game Store is so terrible. But for a few years since Microsoft has been really trying to get into PC gaming and try to get a little bit of a little piece of the action here, trying to compete a little bit with Valve and EA and I guess now Epic Games. But they a lot of people aren't really very happy with the Microsoft Store. They don't like it. I talked to a few PC gamers like back when I was mostly on console, when I didn't have any experience with the Windows Store, obviously, because I wasn't a Windows gamer. I was an Xbox gamer, and they were saying, I like that they put their games on PC, but the Microsoft Store still needs a lot of work, and I couldn't agree more. The Microsoft Store does need a lot of work, but from my understanding, they've really come a long way. They have fine-tuned things a little bit. It's a little bit better than it was when it first launched. It still has a few issues, but I did play a few games. I bought Minecraft, for example, and of course, it's hard to mess up Minecraft, but it seems like they're really pushing for Minecraft on Windows 10 to be the definitive version of Minecraft. It used to be the Java version, as it's now referred to, which is the original version. But with the cross-platform and everything, and I don't believe that the Java edition has cross-platform. I feel like they're just using the Java edition now as kind of like a beta test. Like they do have some features before the other versions, before it rolls out in other versions, but for the most part, it seems like Microsoft, since, I mean, they did buy Mojang, and I think that was for a reason, because they really want to invest in, having Minecraft not necessarily be exclusive to Xbox or the Xbox brand or Microsoft platforms. Like, they're still going to release it on PlayStation, Nintendo, and all these other platforms, but because it's too big not to, right? It's already like a pop culture icon at this point, Minecraft, but at least use it, at least on the PC and then the console side. Try to spread your influence a little bit. Try to, use Minecraft, the Minecraft brand, as a way to promote your own brand, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's what they've been doing, especially with the Windows Store. I mean, the Windows Store is the heart of Microsoft's operations when it comes to PC gaming. They tried games for Windows Live, and it didn't quite work out, mostly because of the paid online subscription. And that's another thing to mention as to why there's so much tension between Xbox and PC gamers. You guys on the PC, I guess I'm one of you guys now, don't have to pay an Xbox Gold subscription to play, let's say, Minecraft on the Windows version, or all of these exclusives. You have to pay for Xbox Live Gold to play Xbox games online, like when you have the Xbox version, but you have the PC version and you don't have to deal with that. And that's honestly the main reason why I think there's so much tension between, let's say, your Bullet Barrys, or maybe not him specifically, but people like him who promote the idea of Xbox games coming to PC. And Crap Gamer, though, has to pay $60 a year. So you can make fun of him, or you can make fun of these Xbox fanboys, but they kind of have a reason to be upset. When they're paying $60 a year, they're on a platform that that is trying to compete so hard with Sony, and Sony has all these exclusive games, while Xbox, I mean, in all practicality, has no exclusives, right? Like, they don't have any. So that's really the reason why, in case people are just like, dismissing these people as fanboys, they love exclusives and they just don't want to share their games with other people, they're greedy. It's like, nah, like they spent $400, $500 at launch for this console, and maybe they even bought an upgraded version of the console and they paid $500 for the X, or they paid $350, whatever it was. And they still paid money for a console, expecting it because it was advertised as exclusive. You get games you cannot play on any other platform, and ultimately that's really the main reason. That's really the main function to buy a console when you already have a PC, or at the very least, if you're looking to get into gaming, and what is it always about? It's about games, right? So you see that these games are only on Xbox, and all of a sudden they're on another platform, and you kind of feel like you were falsely advertised, or like you were being manipulated by Microsoft, because they're kind of neglecting you, but you still are you are the reason why they are what they are right now, like why their gaming division is so big. You have PC gamers that don't have to pay a subscription, and then Xbox gamers are going to realize come next generation, I don't need to buy an Xbox, I could just go on PC, and then you don't get that Xbox Gold subscription anymore. No one's going to pay for it. So that's probably Microsoft's going to probably realize that, although Microsoft is so huge, and all these big tech companies are, Google, Apple, what they care about the most is integration. They want all their services to be integrated into one platform. And in this case, it's Xbox Live, or their gaming division as a whole. They want it to be across all platforms, right? They're doing it on Android, iOS, and even Nintendo Switch. So, hey, hopefully Nintendo gamers can finally have voice chat, right? But I'm looking at these games, and they still have a long way to go before they really do anything, before they really make a mark in PC gaming. It's kind of like, right now, they're just the Epic Game Store, or they're just Battle.net at this point, where they have, a lot of games that you can only play if you use their store. Like, Minecraft, you can get the Java edition, but better examples would be Sea of Thieves, Forza Horizon, Gears of War, and they're starting to try to play catch up. They're putting Goat Simulator on their store finally. They got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I'm not sure if it's a port of the Xbox 360 version or the phone version, because I know Windows Store was kind of like, it was incepted. Its inception was to kind of like go along with not only the Xbox but also their Windows Phone. And now that the Windows Phone is gone, it's kind of like, because they have all these like phone type games. You notice, like they have Plague Inc., but I know like the other consoles have them. But they have a lot of these games that seem like they're very fit for mobile devices, like Candy Crush. This game, Modern Combat, which I know got a PC port also, but these games look very mobile friendly. I mean, I know Roblox is big on PC, but like Candy Crush and all these other games, like you don't see Candy Crush on Steam, from what I understand. It was because they want to integrate it with their Windows Phone platform, and Windows Phone, as we know, didn't work out so well. And they're also selling these, you could buy devices, and you could get your Surface computers, kind of like how Microsoft lets you buy hardware on the Xbox store, and they sell movies, and but really the game function, the game and the apps, because they're trying to get Windows 10 apps onto here, which is kind of less significant because people could just download it from their web browser. So I think the games is really what people should focus on. And I think over time Microsoft's going to try and make some serious plays. People are sleeping on Microsoft right now, but I think come next generation, they're going to make a really aggressive, serious attempt to really get a nice cut of the PC gaming market. People are really focusing right now on Valve and Epic Games, and to a lesser extent Discord, which, I think a lot of people are also not focusing enough on Discord, because Discord is, I honestly think, is the future of PC gaming. But Microsoft's going to make some very aggressive moves to really get people to adopt their Microsoft store on PC, like PC gamers. And of course, right now it doesn't make much sense because, I mean, look at their catalogs, look at their top paid games. I mean, sure, if you like Sea of Thieves and Gears of War, you could just buy those games on Microsoft Store and then just use Steam. But in order for them to be a true competitor, they really have to have third-party support, and they have a little bit, but nothing significant. But I think that what they're going to try to do, which I don't think is going to work out so well for them, is try to integrate all of Xbox with the PC, backwards compatibility and everything, so their library would rival that of Steam's. But what's going to happen, though, and this is what I can predict, because you have EA and Activision then would become Microsoft's competitor now, because, as you know, they have Battle.net and they have EA has Origin. They're not going to want to put their games on this Microsoft store. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic where Microsoft was a very close with Activision at a time, and EA now in the PC gaming front, they're going to kind of transform into more of a competitor in a way. Because right now, I mean, Microsoft doesn't really have any games to really compete. But if they try to get some third-party support on board, like EA and Activision are going to say, nah, we're good with our stores, with our clients. So that's probably going to be Microsoft's biggest hurdle if they really want to expand into PC gaming, because in order to really expand, sure, having exclusive games is great. As we know with console gaming, that's how you move units. That's how you get people into your platform. And with PC gaming, it's very similar. I mean, Epic Games is signing off all these exclusivity deals to try to really make an aggressive move against Valve. But the problem that we're going to find with Microsoft is that what they're going to try to do that's worked so well with their console division might not work so well with PC gaming. I mean, they could put all their exclusives on the store, but ultimately you need actual games to compete. You know what I'm saying? Like, having exclusive games on its own is not enough to compete. So like, if Sony only had exclusive games and Microsoft had all the third-party support, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the console race would be much different right now. Exclusives matter, but they're not all that matters, is basically what I'm trying to say. I know it's a little bit different on PC because you don't have to like buy a separate piece of hardware. You could just literally click on Steam right now and that's it. But I still feel like having that third-party support is still very important and very vital to Microsoft. And with their backwards compatibility, you think EA is going to be like, hey, yeah, you can have all our Dragon Age games and all these other games backwards compatible, and you could play them on PC. They're probably not going to do that. They're going to be like, no, buy them on Origin. You know, they're kind of okay with it on the Xbox because it's kind of a separate ecosystem. But when they're trying to compete, it's a little bit more tricky. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Microsoft Store and Microsoft's foray into PC gaming, they're definitely going to try to expand their territory a little bit, and they are going to be come next console generation, because PC doesn't really have generations, but you know, come the 9th generation of consoles, when they move on with the new Xbox and the PlayStation 5, and you know, obviously the new console generation obviously has a huge impact on PC gaming in terms of, you know, you don't have to downscale for the console gamers, and you know, games are of higher quality across the board. So that does affect PC gaming, and it obviously, a new console means new strategy for Sony and Microsoft. So Microsoft's going to push hard with this store, and Sony's probably going to try to push more with their in relation to PC gamers, I guess, PlayStation Now. Although there are a lot of PC gamers, including myself, that can't even take advantage of PlayStation Now. So, you know, it's going to be interesting how these big console manufacturers are going to get their try to break into the PC gaming market, either directly or indirectly. But I just want to talk about the Microsoft Store and the potential it might have. I ultimately think, though, that, you know, Microsoft Store is always going to exist. They're always going to try to push into PC gaming, but I do think they're going to have to cannibalize themselves. The Xbox brand as a whole is going to have to take a little bit of a hit, at least on the console. Like, their actual console is going to lose its relevancy. And maybe that's what Microsoft's going for. Maybe they just see the opportunity cost in that, and they're just like, hey, you know, that's what we're doing. We understand the risks, but we think it's worth it, because we get to, you know, we might contract in some ways, but we're going to expand in other ways. But something in my gut feeling tells me it's not going to quite work out exactly how Microsoft wants it to. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think the future of Microsoft and the Xbox division on Windows and integrating Windows with Xbox, how do you think that's going to play out? Obviously, their business model is going to have to change significantly. They obviously can't just say, oh yeah, you know, you want to play these games online, all of a sudden PC gamers, you have to pay for gold. They learned that the hard way with Games for Windows Live. That's not going to work out so well. So they need to change strategy, and I hope they're prepared, because if they're not, then there's a lot of money on the table right now. Because consoles are a very valuable market. Just ask Sony. Their PlayStation division alone made more than all of Nintendo combined. So I remember years ago, Nintendo was a bigger company than all of Sony. And now the PlayStation brand alone is bigger than all of Nintendo. So I think Microsoft might be making, as a PC gamer, might be making a little bit of a mistake trying to integrate, you know, the Windows and the Xbox ecosystems into one. I was very impressed. I talked on an Xbox Live party with my friend playing Minecraft, and I was very impressed that it worked just as well. Like, the service was just as well. Everything worked great. And it's just like you were on the console. Now, I got Minecraft on the Xbox, or on the Windows version, because I just like having the keyboard and mouse a little bit better, and you know, playing it on my computer, I just felt like the PC version would always be the best version of Minecraft, so that's why I decided to do that. But there's very little chance that I'm going to buy too many more games. Maybe I'll check out Sea of Thieves if they lower their price, because right now it's still $60, which I think is a little steep. I'm not going to buy like games that I could get on Steam on there, though. Like, I'm not going to get San Andreas on here if I could just go on Steam and pick it up there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, until they make serious improvements, because this layout is kind of a little weak. I feel like what they would benefit from the most is if they try to integrate the Microsoft Store with Xbox and put it into one. I think that's what would benefit them the most. But we'll see. Like I said, it's anyone's guess how it's going to play out, but something's telling me, you know, it might not be as well as Microsoft hopes it to be. This, you know, like I said, this foray into PC gaming. So Let me know what you guys think about Microsoft's future role in PC gaming, and if it's going to be significant or if it'll just completely crash and burn like it did 10 years ago with Games for Windows Live. But we'll see. We will see.